If I was Ngannou, I would tell him, you're going to make so much money in boxing.
Yeah.
And I think he might be able to beat them all.
Yeah, let's check this out. Joe Rogan talking about Ngannou, and here we go.
I think he's that good. I think he's that much of a freak. He won that fight. They know he won that fight. He won on one judge's scorecard who was honest, and I think the judge only gave him one round, where I think he should have given him two. Should have won by more than 1 point. But at least one judge scored it right, and then that other judge who scored it 96-93 for Tyson Fury should go to jail.
Get out.
Get the f*** out. And then the other one.
Hold on. I watched this fight. Tyson Fury was utilizing boxing skills. I got to rewatch the fight. I watched the zoomed-in version, but it was really close. For me, he was obviously winning those rounds with boxing outpointing him. But that being said, it depends what kind of style you like. A guy that's forcing a fight or a guy that's doing like a boxing move like Floyd Mayweather type style. But let's continue.
It was 95-94 in favor of Tyson Fury.
Which so great.
Or 96-95, whatever it was. Look, dropped one of the greatest heavyweights, if not the greatest besides him, of all time. Amazing. And he looked for that left hook over and over again. It was clearly something they were looking for.
Yeah, totally amazing. Tyson Fury was dropped a lot more. He was dropped before. Witherspoon dropped him. Other people, did a flash knockdown on him. Of course, Wilder. But that being said, what Francis Ngannou, you can't discredit him, did in that ring that night was nothing short of amazing. He's right, amazing. But when Joe Rogan says he could beat every heavyweight, that's where he's wrong. Remember, Joe Rogan was totally wrong. Ronda Rousey, hyping her up to be like the female Mike Tyson. I'm sensing the biggest moment in the world. He just, went off, and then it was all wrong. Honestly, you get Tyson Fury on a good day, or you get even Usyk in there, and I'm not so sure. You get a really quality heavyweight in there, it's going to be difficult. But he can beat a lot of top heavyweights, in my opinion. That's Ngannou. He can beat a lot of top heavyweights for sure after what I watched. Absolutely. What does that say about boxing? Woo. Let's continue.
And look, he's incredible. To have your first boxing match ever against the lineal heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
A 6'9" fucking juggernaut who's been beating everybody, and rock him, and then rock him again in the 8th round with a barrage of punches. It was fucking amazing performance. Amazing. One of the greatest combat sports performances in the history of the arts.
Yeah. This fight, it says a lot. Well, Fury, is his own worst enemy. If you know boxing and you watch boxing and you know the circumstances going into the fight, I don't think Fury trained much at all. But I would like to see a rematch. They need to make a rematch happen. A rematch needs to happen. Fury damaged his legacy, without a doubt. Here we are looking at one of the greatest freak heavyweights of all time. His feints, his snapping the jab, not as good, but up there. Look what he did to Deontay Wilder, I mean, come on. So that says a lot about Ngannou. That says that more Tyson Fury is talked about as being one of the greatest heavyweights champions in our times or in recent history, which I think he is or was, depending on what happens after this. You could seriously see why people, are very upset about this as well. Like, why didn't they give the fight? Just because Ngannou did what he did makes it like, oh, he should have got a nod. He should have won. He should have beat Fury. But you got to go by the points in judging the fight. Teddy Atlas, surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, some people think other boxing people, like in the actual press or in the business, have a bias to say that Fury did win because it makes the sport just look downright awful, worse than it already is. Let's continue.
Of the history. I was screaming. My dog freaked out. I was like, it's okay. It's okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Daddy's happy.
He's scary.
Oh, my God, he's amazing. And when you see that guy's origin story, you want to talk about a man who persevered.
They can make a movie about Ngannou for sure. As that origin story is insane. I don't watch much of the UFC, so admittedly, I didn't know anything about it. Honestly, I might have watched a fight, but I don't remember. I didn't even watch a fight. I thought it was very, very close. This is a stream of consciousness video. If I say something wrong for a second, I'm just, thinking, getting my thoughts together. I would totally give it to Francis. If I rewatched the fight and I judge it, and each round I was doing it by the eye. I was like watching it, like, okay, he got knocked down. Okay, it's close. Okay, Tyson Fury, he woke up. He's using his jab. Yeah, he didn't probably train for this, but he's going to get on his skills and get on his tricks. Even with an elbow he snuck in there. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but he was using a lot of boxing skills, a lot of tricks in there, veteran moves that Francis didn't have the experience of doing. So he was relying on that to win. He's using all his bags of tricks and everything he had, all those years of boxing experience to get through that fight, which is crazy. Let's continue.
The movement that he had made from Cameroon into Morocco, I've traversed multiple times.
By the way, I'm out of touch. I have no idea who Rogan is talking to. Call me crazy. I have no idea. I've never saw that man in my life. I don't know who he is. Tell me who he is in the comments. I have no idea. Let's continue.
It is hellacious. I mean, it is like the most unforgiving terrain with radical groups, with property owners like water to water trying to travel. The water's controlled by warlords. So his story is just like so inspiring.
It's incredible. It's a comic book story. It's like an origin story.
Okay, so where is this going to go next? I get it. This is the origin story. Where is this going to go next? Let me just fast forward through this video a little bit and see if they're going to show some UFC clips or fights or something here. Let's take a look. I see a lot of the AI stuff is in here, the voiceover. Let's continue real quick.
That's bonkers. So what's...
All right, no, we're not going to watch that. It's that AI voice. But let's go back to Rogan right here.
Everybody knows that, especially everybody who knows.
He's the baddest dude on the planet.
He's the baddest dude on the planet.
So they're talking about Ngannou not fighting John Jones. I'm very well aware of John Jones. Not my wheelhouse there. Don't know what's going to happen. Don't know what's going to happen with that. But with boxing... Ngannou has a bright future at 37, but he's got to do it fast. He's got to make some money. And in my opinion, he cannot beat anybody in boxing. That's crazy talk. I disagree with Joe Rogan. He's been wrong a hell of a lot. You know, you see one fight of an out-of-shape Fury coming up for an exhibition, and it's a close fight where experts like Teddy Atlas on the cards say that Tyson Fury won because they scored the fight. You know, let's not get crazy here. You know, he got crazy with Ronda Rousey. He went over the top. He was hailing her as the special moment, the moment in sports history, this and that, and it all fell apart very rapidly when she fought Holly Holm, and she lost, you know, and then she lost again, and then they just looked bad. So, you know, these guys, they do a lot of just, you know, they Google and they talk about things like everyone else. So I don't put too much focus onto what he's saying that he could beat anybody, any boxer. That's not, I totally disagree, and I don't think he'll ever be proven because it's not going to happen. I don't think he's going to at the time. He's 37 years old. Get Usyk in there. Let's see what he can do against Usyk. Ngannou, I would favor him against Joshua. But anyway, let's continue. Let's continue and wrap it up real quick.
100%. And the only person that has
a chance
is John Jones. And John Jones unfortunately just tore heck off the bone.
That video was heartbreaking.
Cool. Horrible to see. Horrible to see because I was really looking forward to that fight with Stipe. But in a perfect world, Francis makes $1 kajillion and then the UFC re-signs him and then he fights John Jones for the most epic encounter in the history of combat sports. That is a perfect world. Yeah. That's a perfect world. But at least Francis, he got his flowers from the whole world.
Yeah.
The whole world saw it. You can lie all you want. You could have your bull scorecards. You could have your paid off.
Okay, I got to go back and look at that fight. I'm curious now. I saw like a bootleg zoomed in version. It was really tough. So, yeah, everyone knows boxing has been corrupt for a while with scorecards. No doubt about it. Again, you can't discredit Ngannou. I don't want to come across like that I'm doing that at all because this man, it was a win regardless of what happened. It was a win. I mean, the fight could have went either way. I'll give it that from what I watched. Very close. So I wouldn't be mad if it went the other way. I remember having that feeling, even though I thought Tyson Fury was, you know, using a lot of his tricks and getting points. But yeah, it's not a good look for boxing. Anyway, I'm out until the next one. I'll give an update on I'm going to rewatch the fight and see what happens.